Okay, we're back. We're looking at 3.4 in the blue book, Techmath1 here, and we're on page 120. So let's do number 33. That is 12 times m over 3 and 10 times t plus 3 over 2. So this time the whole thing doesn't cancel like it did before. It's 12, top times top, bottom times bottom, so that's 12m over 3, but then you reduce it. 3 goes into 12 4 times evenly, so 4m. Or you can think of it as dividing the top and the bottom by 3. So that's 1 and that's 4, but we usually never write the 1 on the bottom. All right, another way to think of it is you cancel the 2 into the 10 5 times. And you got 5 times t plus 3. And then you do the distributive property, so 5t plus 15. All right, so kind of two different ways to look at that. Oh, they didn't even distribute on the answers. They just left it 5 times t plus 3. That's fine, either way. So let's jump to number 40. There, they want us, that's on page 122, they want 3y times 5/3, and they want 4d times d plus 7 over d. All right. So this, look at what's going to happen here. That's the A and that's B. Here, the 3's are going to cancel, and then I'm going to have y times 5, just 5y. Like 5y over 1. Here, the d's are going to cancel, and I'm going to have 4 times quantity d plus 7. And so they don't distribute it. I don't know why. You could totally distribute that and write it 4d plus 28. Not sure why they're not. Let's get 45. So 45, we're just doing what I did before. 7/10 is equal to 3 over 2d. Cross, multiply, and solve, right? A proportion. So you get 7 times 2d equals 10 times 3. So that is 14d equals 30. And then divide by 14, divide by 14. So d is equal to 30/14. But now you can leave it improper, but not unreduced. This is not reduced. This isn't in lowest terms. So they're both even numbers, so I could divide by 2, top and bottom, and write 15/7. This is lowest terms. That's the form that we're going to want that in. All right, so 15/7. What else are we going to we're going to do 48. That's going to take up some room. We'll put it over here. So 48 looks like this. We got 3m over m minus 5 equals 3/2. So we are going to cross multiply and solve. So I got 2 times 3m is equal to 3 times m minus 5. And now I do the distributive property here and just multiply there. So 6m equal to 3m minus 15. I want to isolate the variable. I want to get all the variables to one side. So 3m, subtract 3m from both sides. So that's 3m equals negative 15, and then divide by 3. M is equal to negative 5. Look at that. One actually worked out to be a nice answer. Who would have thought? All right. Okay, up one more on this section. I want to do 51. Oh, that's an interesting one. Let's take a look at 51. That is on page 126. We got 4 over y minus 1 equals 5 over y plus 3. And we are going to cross multiply and solve. But we're going to be careful because it's 4 times quantity y plus 3 equals 5 times quantity y minus 1. So we're going to remember to put those in parentheses so that we take it to both of the numbers. So 4y plus 12 is equal to 5y minus 5. And now red rover, negative 4y over y minus 5. All right, so hey, on the upside, we got y by itself. Well, not by itself, but we have 1y. And so all we have to do is add 5. So we get 17 is equal to y, and then we don't have to do the division thing that we had to do there when there was a 3, right? Because it was just 1y. So y is equal to 17. That's it. All right, let's look at 3, 5 others with fractions and stuff. All right, so this, well, we'll see. We'll take each one. There's a lot of different techniques you can use to solve fractional equations. All right, and I'll try to demonstrate what I think is the easiest, the least steps. So 53 is 3x over 2 minus 3 equals x over 5. So the easiest way to do this one, it isn't to add 3 to that side like before. Because before, there's just a number here, like 7. And then we just added 3 to it, it was 10, and then we cross-multiplied and solved. Here, I've got a variable and a fraction. And so what I'm going to do is find the LCD. Oh, wait, red doesn't really show up good on the, use blue. The LCD between 2 and 5 is 10. That is the smallest number that 2 goes into, that 5 also goes into. That's what you're talking about, the lowest common denominator. You want the smallest number the numbers go into, not that go into them. All right? So it's 10. That's the LCD. Now what you do with that LCD is you multiply each term by 10, even the one that doesn't need to be fixed. Because otherwise you've messed up the equation. Remember, it's 10 on this side, so we did the distributive property, and 10 on that side, all right? So 2 goes into 10 5 times, and that's 5 times 3x, 15x. Here, that's over 1, so that's just 30 over 1. We'll just call it 30. And this is 5 into 10 twice, and then 2 times x is 2x. Now we solve this equation. So we subtract 15x from both sides. That gives me negative 30 is equal to negative 13x. And then divide by negative 13. And so that's not going to divide evenly. So we got one ugly little answer there, 30/13. And that is it. 3, 5. We're going to do, wait, 2 more problems. All right, let's do 57. Kind of wasted the whole board on that one problem. Let's look at 57. That is 15 over 4d is equal to 1 plus 5 over d. So again, we want to multiply everything by the LCD. The LCD in this case is 4d. That's the smallest thing that all of those go into. So I'm going to take this times 4d, I'm going to take this times 4d, and I'm going to take this times 4d. Now when we do this, we do have to be careful to check our answer at the end, because if I get 0 for an answer at the end, I got to throw that away, because you can never divide by 0. So that's one of the dangers of using the LCD method to do this. All right, so we cancel. That's 15. Nothing cancels there. That's 4d. The d's cancel there, so that's 5 times 4, which is 20. All right, now the 20 over to the other side. Negative 5 is equal to 4d. And then divide by what's in front of the variable. Negative 5/4 is equal to d. So that should work, -5/4. It's not 0, so we're good to go. All right, and then the last one, number 59. Let's look at that. We've got, well, actually 2 problems. 3 over 2x minus 4 equals 1 over 10x. And then we got 1/3 equals 1/9 plus 1 over y. All right, so LCDs. We find the LCD between 2x and 1 and 10x. That would be 10x, actually. So I multiply this by 10x, I multiply this by 10x, and I multiply this by 10x. So look at what happens. The x's cancel here, and then 2 goes into 10 5 times. That's 5 times 3 is 15. Nothing cancels there, that's 40x. And the whole 9 yards there. 10x and 10x cancel, that's just 1. So now, be careful there. Students accidentally put down 0 sometimes. Look, it canceled, but it's still 1 times 1, which is 1. Right, and then minus 15, -40x equals -14. Divide by -40. X is equal to 14/40ths. Because the negative divided by negative is a positive, but then we divide by 2 top and bottom. So that's 7/20ths. This one's a little easier. LCD there. We got 3, we got 9, we got y. So it's 9y. So throw a 9y here, 9y there, and a 9y there. Each term you multiply by the same thing, 9y. So that 3 goes into the 9 3 times 1. 1 times 3 times y is just 3y. 9's cancel, that's 1 times y, that's just y. Plus y's cancel, that's 1 times 9, it's just 9. So 2y, remember there's a 1 there, minus 1y, minus 1y. So 3y minus 1y is 2y, equals 9. And then divide by 2, so 9/2. Should be the answer for that one. So 7/20ths and 9/2. All right. Excellente. That is 3, 4, and 3, 5.